Hi, it's Jenny with Jenny's Wreath Boutique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful high-end fall wreath for your front door. Here's a look at the materials we're going to be using, and I wanted to let you know, since most of these items are wholesale, I do have a kit to go with this wreath. If you want to make this exact wreath yourself, I will be offering a kit. It will be linked in the description below this video. If you're excited, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. Okay, let's go over the exact materials. We're going to be using a 14-inch grapevine, and this wreath is going to be about 22-23 inches total, so it's perfect for a big display on your front door. This 14-inch grapevine, I've already cleaned it up. We're also going to be using some asparagus fern spray. Oh, they're so good. This beige color, I love. And they're just such good quality. We also have some Bridella leaf spray. I've got a few stems of these, and they've got little touches of blue. I don't know if you can tell, but this is just a fun leaf texture to add. One stem of this cream leaf. I love it. Really brightens the wreath up overall. I've already cut this up. It's on a big long stem, but look at these different colors and textures. They're like a maroon and burgundy, a little pop of orange, some ferns, so many pretty things in this mix. I absolutely love it. And then my favorite fall eucalyptus. There's these seeded eucalyptus with that orangish color leaf with a little hint of mauve that really ties in these. I think it's so pretty together. I love this color combo for fall. And it's modern yet classic, which I love. If you order a kit from me, I'm going to have these things cut up for the most part for you to make it easier. I'm just cutting up. I'll probably have them cut like this, but then you can also cut it up a little further. These are actually really easy to cut, which is nice. Our Bridella leaf spray. They come apart pretty easily, but I'm also going to cut them further. So this, like I said, it has some blue specks on the front, but if you don't like it, you can actually turn them over and there's no blue specks, which I think is kind of cool. And then these are really easy. Each stem gives 3 pieces. And these you just kind of cut at the normal spots. I already have one cut up, so I'm not going to show that. But you just cut at the natural spots and cut into little picks so that you've got something like this. This actually comes on a huge stem. It's massive and it's gorgeous. And I just cut that stem into 3 pieces, and then those pieces I will cut again. So each of these, I'm going to segment them. So we've got our, this is like a maidenhair fern with like another kind of fern. Isn't that pretty? I love these. And then kind of a palm sort of leaf, and then these little pip berries. So I'm just going to stack them separately so we know what we have. And then we have these little tiny green pieces. We might as well use them if they fit. So this one naturally comes apart, but I'm going to stick it with this. This will all make sense as we're making the wreath. See, there's these little random green pieces. We might as well save them to stick in if you want. You don't need them really. So now we have all our things cut up and ready to go. I'm going to start my first layer with this one. It's just a nice flat base layer, so I like to add that first. So I'm just gluing the stems. I've got my favorite hot glue gun, my favorite hot glue. All my favorite tools are linked in the description below. Under tools, it's just one link and you'll find everything there. So since I have a lot of these, I'm just going to be really, you can add some backward too if you want. That'd be really cute. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to add some backwards and some forwards, just because I think it's fun. And these are just such a great base layer. I love it. And you can be pretty heavy with these. Just, I have a lot, so I'm okay using a lot. We're going to cover our base with these because I have the most of them, and they're just such a nice base layer. And then we're going to add our other things more sparingly, but it's going to be fine because we have such a nice full base layer. Look how pretty this is. I forgot to mention my favorite wire cutters. I love these. They make all the stems so much easier to cut. I've had these same wire cutters since the beginning. I now have 2 pairs because I kept losing a pair to my husband borrowing them. They used to be his though, so really I took them from him. So like I said, you can add these forward or backward, whatever you like. And I'm doing both, just to switch it up a little. I think it's fun. And we're adding 1 layer at a time. Since I have a couple extra pieces after going around the whole wreath, I'm just going to add them wherever I think they can fit. So there we go. There's our first layer. Oh my gosh, it's looking so good already. Just with the first layer of greenery. Now we're going to add in our asparagus fern, and these look fine either way, just the same. So you can have them facing backward or forward. I'll probably do most of mine forward, but this one has both. And I'm just going to make sure these are really well incorporated throughout the whole wreath. And I love this wreath because there's so much fun and unique texture going on. I like making things that are unique because you can't find them in the store. If you did find them in the store, they would not be nearly as well made. This is a much higher quality than what you would find in the store. But also, it's just so unique and different. So all these stems are going against the grain, or all of these stems are going along the grain of the grapevine so that they're not being pushed through the back. See how the back is nice and clean? Not only does it make the wreath look nice, the glue gets lots of surface area to go along the grapevine if you put it in sideways. So there's multiple good things for it, and it helps the greenery lay flat. But you can also move them forward if you want it to be less flat. You can just bend them forward if you like. I would wait till the end of the wreath to do that, but that's something you can do depending on what your style is. Holy cow. This is so pretty. I love it. This is cute, just like this. I know I always say that, but if I just doubled the amount I put here, absolutely stunning. So just to add a little bit more of a bright beige, more of a cream, just to brighten it up a tad. We're adding these, but very sparingly. We don't have a lot and we don't need a lot. It's just going to add that brighter pop. So I like adding my longer stems first for these. And then I'll come back and fill in with my smaller stems. So I'm just going to use these to put more toward the middle. Okay, now we're going to add in our eucalyptus. We have 2 stems and each stem has 3 picks. So we have 6 pieces total. So we want to make sure those are evenly spread throughout the wreath. So that's what I'm doing here. And I love how these really bring like a little bit of rest to the eye because the leaves are more broad and large. And we have a lot of little leaves and textures going on here. But also the berries, they add so much interest. They're beautiful. So pretty. I love this wreath just like this. Oh, I love it. So cute. It's a good size too. Okay, last we have these. I'm going to add these next, and this is really going to take our wreath over the top. So pretty. We've got a few random pieces, and that'll actually be perfect because it can bring this leaf texture in the middle of these. So what we do is these are paper wrapped stems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these grouped together. Makes the wreath go by so much faster too. And I'm going to make sure I glue all the way up the stems so that they're stuck together. And then I'm going to put that into the wreath. And then we spread it out a little, just like that. And then I'm going to do this same thing. So we have 3 of these. So I'm just going to make sure they're equally around the wreath. And it's perfect because we have this little pop of orange with these little pit berries. And so that's going to spread them evenly throughout the wreath. I just love these. Aren't they fun? They're so different, but so cute. Love. This might be my favorite fall wreath ever. So remember, we're gluing all the way up the stem so that all the stems will stay together. If you have a tighter grapevine and you don't have enough space to fit that whole group of stems, you can separate them. That's totally fine. Okay, now we're just going to insert the rest of these stems. We have 3, so I'm going to put 1 in between each of these clumps. So we have that fun texture all the way around. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, now what we're going to do is we have 3 of these. So these are going to go in between those other clumps as well. And this is just going to make sure this foliage is spread throughout. Look at the quality of this. Can you see that? It's really good. Now we just have our oak leaves. Look at those, so pretty. Since there's only 2 picks of these, I am going to cut them in half so that I can make sure that texture is all the way around the wreath and not just 2 spots. So these can go anywhere, just make sure that they are pretty evenly around. And the ones that have the greenery attached, I'm just going to make sure those are opposite each other. Okay, here it is. Wow, this is so pretty. Let me know what you think. Oh my goodness. And don't forget, if you want a kit to make this exact wreath for yourself, for your front door, then just grab a kit. I will have them linked in the description of this video. And then once they are sold out, they are sold out. I'm not sure if I'll be able to restock them. And I'll show you a close-up video in just a second. But if you enjoyed this, please hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!